Hello and welcome to the Real Estate Regroup Show. I am your host, LJ Walker. Well, I want to talk to you guys about why people do not give back. And I'm going to pull in two hot topics that came up that touched on this just a little bit. All right, first was the F the Streets movement, or a lot of rappers was talking about that, and a number of people got offended and they were like, no, you shouldn't do that because that the streets is where you come from. But here's the thing, there are rappers who do give back. They don't always do it in front of cameras or the media, but they do give back. And sometimes in giving back, the streets will either shoot at them or the streets will rob them. So that's one of the reasons why I believe some of them, not all, but why some of them say F the streets. All right. Then you have, on the other hand, the other situation that kind of pinpointed or pointed the issue is where you have celebrities who come from large families many times, and that family expects them to be the sole provider, the sole breadwinner for that entire family. And at the end of the day, that family sometimes is very unappreciative, wastes the money, and they end up actually uh, being taken down by their own family, where they have to file for bankruptcy and all these other things because the family, and it's normally not just one member of the family, a lot of times it's more than one, that constantly, over and over and over again, keeps begging them for money. You understand me? So, one person that I was listening to, I forgot his name, he was saying, especially when it came to F in the streets, and now, some people might even say, forget your family too. But here's the thing. He was saying, we got to be careful when we say these things, because are you going to blame the people, or are you going to blame the system that created the people? But I say the system didn't necessarily create the people, okay? Because I believe in God. God created the people. The system created the mentality that the people have. And then, unfortunately, like within, let's say, particularly the Black community, many of us don't believe in therapy. Many of us don't want to admit when a relative may have some mental illness going on. And sometimes we don't even recognize that they may be mentally ill, even though they have characteristics of a person who is. So, due to this, we develop a system where, or the person eventually gets to the point where they get frustrated and they're like, you know what, I'm not helping anybody anymore. And then some other people, they see this and they say, wow, look at what these people did to this person who tried to help. When I get mine, I'm keeping it all to myself and I'm not helping. You see where that comes in? You do have some people who are born that way. Now, you do have some people who, you will help them. They're not helping nobody else. Case in point example right here on YouTube. You make a video, you know that the video can help a number of people, but that video is not shared. Another case in point is that when you look at social media in general, look at the videos that have the highest number of views. Those are not the videos where they're teaching people how to go from A through Z. You know, these are the cat videos. Those are like the number one videos on most of social media. Okay. Then let's look at church. When it comes to, there are churches out there that actually do help the community. Not all are just taking, some are helping. But when you look at the tithes and offering, most of those churches don't get the tithes and offering that's needed to assist and help the community as well as they could. They could do more if they had more. But everybody that goes to the church is not contributing. There are people who they make a lot of money and they won't even put $1 in the bucket. Okay. And then I'll go even further. Look at a lot of colleges, particularly HBCUs. Many of those colleges complain that they don't have enough money. Now, I believe that some of them do, just like churches. There's some mismanagement of money, yes, but I don't think all of them, I don't think that's the case for all of them. I don't think that's the case in all instances. I believe that a lot of people are not giving back, They may go to the homegoings and all of this, homecomings and all of this other kind of stuff. But outside of that, they don't donate, they don't give back. So, you can't complain too much when we are in a society where when you give back, you don't always get a thank you. When you give back, sometimes you might get robbed. When you give back, you might even get shot at. And I'll even go even further. Look at the whistleblowers. Many whistleblowers of many different companies, them coming out and saying what's going on has helped a great deal. The people who messed up and screwed people over, a lot of times they just get a slap on the hand. Sometimes they don't even get to go to jail. Sometimes they might even get a fine. And they find a loophole to either get out of jail free, fast, or avoid paying that particular fine. Right? Lehman Brothers, for example, is what I'm talking about. But where's the whistleblowers? They're in hiding. They're living in substandard housing. Some of them, there was a film, I forgot the name of it, where they were living in a tent in the outskirts of Never Never Land. And I don't mean Michael Jackson's home. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. And then speaking of Michael Jackson helped a lot of people. And look at what happened to him. To this day, 16 years later, after his death, people are still lying on that man. Now, granted, some new things have come out to shed light where he was helping more people than we thought he was helping. We didn't know, certain things that was going on, right, in the entertainment industry. He was seen as a threat because he was helping people. Then you have Prince. Now, many people don't know Prince helped a whole lot of people also. It wasn't in the media like that, but he did help a lot of people, including his sister, the one that shared his same mother and father. He helped. And look at where he's at. I'm not trying to be funny or anything else like that, but we got to be real about it. So when you see things like this, you're like, you know what? I'm not helping nobody except for my own, whoever lives in my house. And even then, there are people who won't even help everybody in their house. And I'll take it even another step or add a little something to it that just fell in my head is that there are times when you try to help people, but they don't comply. There's a saying, old saying, you can take the horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You can try to teach people or and tell them, this is how you manage money. This is where you should invest money. This is, if you do this, this is going to be your result. They don't take you up on that. They don't listen because they just want to live off of you. And that's real talk. So it's unfortunate, but it's us. The Bible says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against prince and principalities. It's a spirit. It's a spirit that does not want people, especially people who are coming up from the mud, so to speak, coming up from the bottom on their way to the top. It's a spirit that does not want you to help others. I had this conversation with somebody and it blew my mind, and it's so true. It is so true because those of us who like to help people, who love to help people, we have a very, very hard time getting the word out. Look at even like charities and all of that. A lot of them help people in many different ways, but they don't have the marketing money to let more and more people know what's out there. And even if they come on YouTube and do a YouTube video, YouTube does not promote or expose that video that much. Even if they do have Instagram, same thing. It doesn't matter what social media platform they are on, they don't get the exposure that the cat people get. They just don't. So the system is set up to a certain way where even though I say each one reach one, teach one, it is set up, or there's a spirit rather, that is set up so that it does not happen. And that's basically what I wanted to let you guys know and to share with you. And for those of you who are thinking about getting out there and helping others and sharing, I'm not telling you to stop. Go ahead and do it. I'm just letting you know it's not going to be easy. You'll be hard pressed. It's going to sound funny, but when you were doing it for yourself, even though it was hard, you'll find that it's easier than when you try to bring other people along. Because it's a spirit that you're wrestling against that does not want you. First of all, it doesn't want you to win. And one of the reasons why it doesn't want you to win is because it knows that once you win, you're going to make sure everybody else wins. And it doesn't want everybody else to win. And it's not even, to be honest, just a black thing. Even though, being an African American, we're behind in many things, but this actually does cut across all races, all genders. It's just that as a Black woman, I feel it more than others. Okay? All right, so that's all I wanted to share with you guys. Hopefully, uh hopefully this will help you on your journey for those of you who like helping others as I do. But again, feel free to share this amongst your friends. Each one reach one does. Each one reach one teach one. But yeah, I know. Slow and steady is going to win the race. All right. Bye for now. Until next time. Have a good night.